future that also escaped, we made the same traps and not once did they ever work.
Oh, this is you trying to find them. Oh, this is you trying to find them. I thought he was saying, just do that for fun. Just have it fall into the pit forevermore. Okay, that makes sense. Man, that's sad. Keep your muffins and hamsters in their cage unless you're gonna keep a close eye on them. That makes me sad. I can't imagine losing a muffin.
Right, Bears? I can't imagine losing a muffin. I can't imagine losing a muffin.
4 days. Squeaks was missing for 4 days. We found his body inside the wall. He was alive! My dad was sitting on the couch relaxing. It was dead quiet, and he just heard the faintest.
No.
Squeaks was inside the wall.
How?
You think he got in through our laundry chute? I don't know what I would do if my kid's hamster was inside the wall of my house. Well, kids, now's an important time I teach you about death. My dad ended up cutting 3 holes in the wall and lured Squeaks out with some lettuce. Poor thing, he was probably starving. Hopefully he kept some extra food in his cheeks. So even being tormented by the dog and getting stuck in the wall for 4 days, Squeaks still lived a fulfilling 2 years of life. Hamsters don't have that long a lifespan. We buried him in the backyard. After the Squeaks dynasty, we got some more hamsters. Squeaks 2, that was the next one.
Wow.
We thought maybe if we introduced Squeaks 2 to Georgie, then they could be friends and get along. I'll spare you the details of what happened that night.
No! Guys, stop. I know you have these childlike fantasies of all of your pets living in harmony, but that's not how the world works. Dogs are natural predators. Hamsters are natural prey. Guess what happens when predator and prey are introduced to each other? I know there are lucky people who their animals get along together, but guys, it's not worth the risk. I really think my muffins would rather not take the chance of potentially getting ripped apart if it means being alone and safe together their whole lives.
Isn't that right, boys? Isn't that right, boys?
Huh?
Yeah! Here you go, mister! Here you go, mister!
There's a munchy bear. There's a munchy bear, isn't there? Isn't that my munchy? No, keep eating. That's my munchy boy eating. And there's another munchy boy in there. They're both munching. They're both munching on that food. Good boy. Good munchy boy.
The next one we named Killer because he kept biting us, so get it? Killer? Yeah, he ended up getting killed. Nah, I'm just kidding. He wasn't killed. He lived a long and normal hamster life. Squeaks 2 was killed, though. I don't know if you picked up on that. We bought these 3 little hamsters. Seriously, they're the most adorable little things. They look like this. I forgot their names. We'll just call them the 3 amigos. Aw. The lady at the pet store told us that if we bought hamsters from the same litter, they would all get along. She was obviously just trying to sell us more hamsters. Or maybe she didn't have any siblings. But these bros just hated each other. They would never stop fighting. As I was writing the script for this, I thought, well, maybe they were just aggressively playing. So I Googled, do hamsters play with each other, just to be sure? And the first thing that showed up, dwarf hamsters, which is what the 3 amigos were, are quite territorial and will not see former cage mates as old friends. They see them as threatening rivals. So there we go. You really know your hamsters, lady.
That's the problem, right? That's why I prefer muffins. There are a lot of reasons why I prefer rats over hamsters, but the social aspect is a big one. Rats love each other. If you get brother rats or sister rats, not different genders because you'll have 50 million of them by the end. They will fight a little bit to get territorial and establish a hierarchy earlier on in their lives, but they are the best friends in the world. They are inseparable. Dude, look at these photos. When I had more rats, look at these photos of them all cuddling together. They loved each other. Hamsters aren't just not like that. Their brains just don't work the same way. They aren't like a pack animal the way that rats are. So if you want the happiest rodents, because that's also the thing, is since you have to get a hamster, it kind of has to just stay by itself. And I guess if hamsters are okay staying by themselves, that's one thing. But I think the happiest rodents are like the pack animals, like rats, when they have a big family of friends that they can all just cuddle with and be homies with.
So we had to get 3 different cages for them. We put them right next to each other, and I swear they still gave each other some death glares.
Yeah, I'm up on the cloud, ain't coming back down.
Try crunchy, melty, rich toasted chips.
I actually made a video a long time ago about this time I broke one of their cages. I was cleaning it outside, and for whatever reason, I was like, I wonder if I could stand on it.
Oh,
the answer, no, I couldn't. The glass broke, and I bled everywhere. I still have the scar on my foot. And then all the 3 amigos died off, one by one. Sorry, I'm getting really emotional. We also had this other hamster named Buddy, and I wasn't going to mention him because he just escaped and we never found him. Except as my mom was reading over the script, because she reads over my scripts, thanks Mom, she turned to me and said, "Did we ever tell you what happened to Buddy?"
Oh,
And I
no.
said, "What do you mean?"
Oh, no.
She said, "You know how we couldn't find him? Well, we did, but the dog got to him first." This one time I wanted to buy a hamster and I saw some that were on sale, and there was this piece of paper next to the cage that said, "Please adopt us." Oh shoot, I'll take one of these puppies. No, not an actual puppy. I meant one of the hamsters. And I named her Pumpkin Seed because she was that tan pumpkin seed color.
Classic. Being a kid and naming your pets after pieces of food. If you're a kid and you get a black and white pet, there is a 7 out of 10 chance you're gonna think of naming it Oreo. Please don't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Name it whatever you want, but I'm just saying, the dessert item thing, just for me, like cupcake, Oreo, sprinkle, cookies, cream. Listen, do your thing. I just prefer looking at the homies as real homies. Isn't that right, boys? Isn't that right, boys? Ralphie Dos Nachos. Listen, I know Dos Nachos has nachos in it, but that doesn't count, okay?
Right, mister? Right, mister?
Yeah, they're in their battle stance, just chilling. They're in their homie stance, checking things out stance. Isn't that right, Mr. Mouse? Hello, Mr. Mouse.
Hello, Nesumi-san, konnichiwa.
But then 1 month after I got her, she just died for no reason. Even though I loved her.
Oh,
She had
no.
food, she had water. This wasn't the first time I was taking care of a hamster, okay? All the other ones lived for a couple of years. I was so sad. I totally got gypped. No wonder they were on sale. They were all halfway to death's door. I mean, I only had the hamster for a month. I didn't get that emotionally attached to it.
That is the unfortunate thing, is that rodents do not live very long. The average lifespan is about 2 years, and sometimes you'll be really lucky and get some that live longer. Like, I was so lucky that Rocco, my favorite rat, my best friend, lived to be almost 3, but then you also get unlucky with some, and my boy Melvin just made it past 1 year, and Moki only made it a year and a few months, and they were both really, really awesome, and it was so sad to see them go so soon. But it happens. Unfortunately, that's just the thing with these rodents, and it's not your fault. That's just nature.
But then later, I got a different hamster that I paid full price for, and I named her Gumball. Unlike all the other hamsters that were technically my sister's, this hamster was all mine, and she didn't have anything traumatic happen to her. She had a good hamster life. I was pretty sad when Gumball died. We lavished these hamsters, okay? We loved them. At least my sister did. She cried when they died and made little gravestones for them.
Oh, yeah.
Our mom used to always say, "There's no point in being a skinny hamster." She gave them a lot of treats. So much so that it got to the point that the hamster would come out looking for my mom just by the sound of her voice. All in all, there's about 7 dead hamsters buried in our backyard. Rip in peace, little bros. Oh, Jose, can you see? Were any of your pet hamsters brutally murdered by your dog? Tell me in the comment box below.
Nope, can't say that's ever happened to me, because I am the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
I know the cutie muffins, like
Mr. Mouse and Ralphie.
Let's get him back. Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes for you people. That's all it takes. All it takes is a little anticipation of food, and you guys spring into action, isn't that right?
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah, a lot of people, if you don't have much knowledge of certain rodents, so I will say, and I'm not gonna diss hamsters by any means, if you have a hamster and you love your hamster, that is totally awesome. I do think that rats or mice, preferably rats, are the more affectionate and loving and smarter animal. So if you want to have like a really close bond with a rodent, these guys are probably the best for that. But yeah, I cried my eyes out when my muffins have died. It's awful. You know, they are...
It can bear over 4,000 times its own weight, and that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design down to the smallest detail, the Taos. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2024 Taos S 4Motion or lease one for $259 per month. Limited inventory available.
The only bag that folds over and stays open. Ziploc. Unlock life.
They're so smart and so sweet. Like, they're genuinely some of the, like, sweetest, kindest animals in the world. If you are new to the channel and you were not here when Rocco and Nobu were around, you didn't really get to see. The main difference being that Rocco and Nobu I got when they were just a few weeks old, whereas the other group, Ralphie, Mouse, Melvin, and Moki, I got them when they were 4 months old. So unfortunately, they were in a pet store for 4 months and they didn't really get used to humans, so they didn't ever end up getting as comfortable around people. But my boys Rocco and Nobu, I could just put them on my shoulder and we would watch videos together. If you were here on the channel in 2020 and 2021, you saw I would have the boys on my shoulder all the time. I would look over, they'd give me kisses. It was wonderful. And we will continue to talk about the muffins, but now we have 2 more videos to check out. One of them being Bryson's video, My Dog Bo. But first, we have to take a visit to the most famous animator's pet, I think, on the internet that we have never checked out. Jaden Animation's most viewed video that isn't a Pokemon video. Living with Ari. I have been putting off watching this video for the entire time I've been watching her channel because I had to save it for a pet video. Jaden's bird Ari. I can't wait. Let's see what this is all about. 42 million views. This has to be one of the most famous birds literally on the planet, next to Big Bird probably. Toucan Sam, maybe. Oh, you already ready for more, bud? You already ready for more? I bet you are. Let's go, people. Jaden Animations, Living with Ari. 3, 2, 1.
Ari, something's telling me people like you more than me. Maybe I'm being irrational. I mean, not to rub it in your face or anything, but it's not called Ari Animations. You don't even do anything. I'm the one doing all the animating and work. Don't give me that look. All you do is eat and scream. It doesn't matter or anything. Okay, I'm just gonna run a little experiment for research purposes.
Who's better, Ari, Jade?
It's
No,
not a
I see
competition.
where this is going.
Getting information doesn't hurt. Just a bit curious to see if I'm just overanalyzing the... Well, since you all just love Ari so much, why don't we just talk about him? No, I get it. Ari's cute. He's funny. He's pulling strawberries all over the place. Let's shift the spotlight to the star here. I don't think I've ever gotten into the origin story of getting Ari, so I guess I should do that.
I haven't gotten into the middle story of Ari. Were there other Ari videos that came out before this OG Ari video? I don't know any of the story. Clearly, I've been watching every Jaden Animations video that doesn't involve Ari, but it's time to find out.
Back when I was 12, I said to my mom, "Mom, can we get a bird? I really, really, really like birds. Have you seen that one video of a bird in a rabbit costume? It's pretty great." And she said, "Okay, you can get a bird when you move out." Wait, and that was my life plan for the next 6 years. In my old 100K video, there's even a bit of foreshadowing if you picked up on that. Oh, you wanted this bird. I still want a bird, but not this one. I actually got Ari before I officially moved out, but that's because I was planning to live with some friends, plans ended up falling through, and things were already confirmed with the bird lady. But that turned into an ironic situation because after getting Ari, guess who started falling in love with him? My mom even started to collect Ari's feathers in a little baggie. I'm not sure why. It's not like Ari's gonna be short on feathers anytime, ever. The moral of the story is, if you want a thing and your mom says no, get it anyway and trick her into liking it so when you move out and take it with you, it's the ultimate revenge. You probably think Ari's just a sweet little angel who eats a lot and pushes things off counters. Well, let's all get on the same page here. Because you're wrong. Very incorrect. The best way to describe Ari is a brat. I love him, but he's a brat. Actually, no. Ari's just the embodiment of a toddler, constantly wanting attention and food. And if he doesn't get it, he screams.
Don't worry, guys. It's not a real bird. Y'all are all good. Even if you guys met this bird in person, it couldn't take you guys. Don't worry. It's a little baby bird.
Isn't that just the sound of love?
Yeah.
Ari also gets really jealous. Since we spend so much time together, he's definitely bonded to me. If anyone gets in the way of us, then he starts getting really aggro and puffs up as if that's threatening anyone. When I was living with my parents, my mom would come into my room and kiss me goodnight, and he would just stare at her. Who does this human think it is? I will end them. Ari sees my mom as competition for my love. He doesn't like her. Ari's actually pretty shy. He's only comfortable with me and Jack so far. Everyone else, he's all, nope! Like, physical nope. No, look. Ari.
No.
Have you had your Hershey's?
Nice. Aww.
I also want to bring up the fact that Ari just decides not to like random objects. Like nail filers, those are pretty high up on his hate list. He doesn't
Yeah.
like it when I use hair products. He doesn't like it
Yeah.
when I refill his water. Hate what you want, Ari, but I think you should be a little bit more grateful that I'm giving you water. Just trust me on that one.
Yeah, Ari, you may not understand now, but trust me, if I stopped giving you water, if I suddenly one day decided to stop giving you water, Ari, I have the weirdest feeling that you just might miss it. You just might wish that I could give you this source of you being alive. Has Jaden said what genre of bird this is yet? What breed of bird is this? How long do they live? Because birds can live crazy amounts of time. I don't know what it is, people. I don't know why birds are like the same size as rodents, but they live like way longer. Like the exact opposite amount of time. Little cute little muffins will just live like 2 years, but there are birds that'll be like 40 or 50. That's absurd. How can you live that long and not have like a career? You know, humans living super long makes sense because it's like we do a bunch of different stuff throughout our life. But this bird could have the exact same year every year for its 50-year lifespan and be fine. Isn't that weird? I don't know, guys. Just a thought.
Despite being a jealous little punk, Ari does have his favorite moments. One thing that he's fascinated by is drawers. I don't think Ari really understands the concept of how drawers work. I can only assume he sees them as little pockets of universes that appear and disappear at random intervals. Because this is pure confusion and interest if I've ever seen it.
No. No. That scares me. Could it not crush its beak? Or is it like the strongest beak ever?
Same with mirrors. Aris are typically very intelligent, but most of them don't recognize their reflection.
Wait. Is Ari the actual breed of bird? What kind of bird is Ari? Green-cheeked conure bird. Okay, green-cheeked conure bird. I may be saying this name wrong. Lifespan 10 to 25 years. Okay, that's fun. And by the way, people, do you want me to do another video about pets from these YouTubers? Because these aren't all of them. There are more. If you would like to see more videos just like this one, let's get this video to 15,000 likes. If we can do that, then I'll check it out.
Most of them don't recognize their reflection, which we can all laugh at.
I've got you in my sights.
I asked on Twitter if you had any Ari questions, so let's get into those. James said, does Ari have sharp talons? Actually, it's been a while since I got Ari's nails done, so we should go do that. Thanks for reminding me, James. Going to get your nails done. You excited?
How often do you have to do that? How often do you have to get the talons trimmed? Aw, look at the other Aries.
We're done. Just scratching your head real good.
Ooh, with those new trimmed nails, baby.
Not a good scratch.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Is Ari called Ari because we're in Arizona? I've gotten that question a lot, and it's funny. I think it's about time I address it. No. Does Ari flip upside down, and then they show a picture of their Ari? First of all,
Yes.
aw. Second of all,
I haven't put this in the
yes. Is Ari secretly making the animations? No, the pen is bigger than his entire body. Does Ari like mangoes?
Yes.
Yes. When I was younger, my family had a sun conure. He was not a quiet bird and got pretty loud. So, how loud does Ari? Does Ari like music? Tries to sing but has no rhythm and is pretty tone deaf.
Ooh, good singing. Oh, I love it. I've thought about this before. If I were to get a bird, I would want a bird that can talk. And I know it's not like you can have conversations with birds, but just the birds that when they make a sound, it can sound like a non-bird. Guys, if you want to see this full experience, I am gonna link this video at the end. An absolute Robert IDK classic, Talking Parrots. Let's watch a little bit of it. I did a video a couple days ago that kind of went off track, which is a very normal thing in my videos. Funny parrot.
Bye, Bello. Bye.
I love it. That video was 2 years ago, but it remains an absolute classic. So if you are new to the channel and you have not seen the parrot video, I am going to link it at the end, so make sure you check it out. Speaking of things I'm gonna link at the end, guys, I'm going to link all these channels. The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, and Haminations. Their links will all be in the description. They are the ones who worked so hard on these videos. We here at the Robert Eddie K channel are just saying silly things and putting memes in for fun, okay? So make sure you are supporting the original creators.
Make sure you're supporting the muffins.
Yeah, right, sir. Nezumi-san, konnichiwa.
Is Ari friends with the toucan?
What? No, I'm not allowed to.
Yes.
Every time you feed your pet Hills, you help feed a shelter pet, which helps make them healthy, happy, and more adoptable, changing their life forever so they can change yours. Science did that.
S.C. Johnson.
Ari, what's your favorite color? Yellow. Can you speak? No. What words? He can't speak. Am I Baka for having a crush on Ari? Nino Baka! Choo! Yikes. Can Ari play the piano? No, he's not heavy enough to press any of the keys down.
Aww. Oh, you wish.
Is
You
taking
wish.
care of a bird difficult? Okay, holding the jokes for a sec here. I get this question a lot, and it's kind of important. It's not difficult, but there's routines you definitely need to adapt into your life. I'm not the most public with how to get your own Ari, because as fun and amazing as they may seem, obviously, proper Ari care is important, and I
Yep.
want people to do their own research before getting one.
Yep.
It's pretty common for people to impulsively decide to get an Ari and then not care for them correctly by either not having a good cage, giving them improper diet, neglecting it, stuff along that line. They need love. Aris aren't meant to sit in the corner as decoration for their
Yeah.
entire life.
I really appreciate this sentiment. This is very important to me as well. I know that through my videos over the last 3 years, I have inspired a lot of people to get pet rats. And I think that is awesome because I believe that rats are horribly, horribly misrepresented and misunderstood animals. They are some of the sweetest and most wonderful creatures that you can have as a pet. However, because they are so sweet, they're so intelligent, they have such strong feelings, you need to make sure you're taking care of them well. So don't just go to the pet store and get a rat and just have it sit in your cage. If you are going to do this, you need to make sure, this is a multi-year commitment. You need to make sure that you aren't gonna get bored of it and not take proper care of it. The biggest piece of advice I have for getting a rat is don't get one rat. Make sure you get more than one rat because they are social creatures. Even if you spend all day with your rat, it still can't love you or get as much happiness from you as it can get from another rat. So make sure if you are getting rats, get more than one. It's not more work to take care of more than one rat because you do everything at the same time. And yeah, you feel less guilty because they have company and they love each other and they have a great time. But make sure you do your research, get them high quality food. This is the main food that I give my rats, Oxbow's Essentials, adult rat food, but then I also give them all kinds of vitamins and other things. Please do your research. And that goes for any pet.
Before you get an Ari, it's really important you do research on what type of Ari best suits